All right, man, I got to reshoot a video. I'm about a mile into this trail right now, but went hiking today and I found this information about this is Possum Creek. I had to drive about an hour to get here. Me and Nono have been here before. We didn't come back in the park section. We just kind of hung out around one of the picnic areas, one of the little fishing lakes. But one thing I did not know, I went ahead and looked for a hike online, and these dudes were talking about this. I was looking specifically for like haunted places or abandoned places you could hike to, so get your exercise and your miles in for this little hiking challenge to find something cool. And there's this place back here in this metro park I never knew about. I'm navigating to it now. I'm using, oh man, it's going to make some Zoomers upset, a paper map. How do I do it? Whew, man, it's not an app, guys. It's physical paper. Actually, we're right there. Wait a minute. Where's the camera at? We're right there. We just turned that bend. We're about right there. I'm doing this purple loop to the orange trail to go around this place up here where it says Argonne Forest. It's on the map. It's not like some secret big hidden thing like these dudes online were acting like, but it's still cool. I'll get some pictures before I leave, but at the trail entrance. But this used to be a huge can't even talk. Huge amusement park back in 1927. It was built. And this whole area I'm walking in now was a big amusement park at that time. So I'm assuming they have remnants of there's a connector trail right there. So I'm going the right direction without an app. Without an app, it's amazing. Uh, and you know what? The sun's up. So guess what? That's north. It's amazing what you can do with a brain. I didn't need Chat GPT to tell me that either. But anyway, yeah. So there's going to be remnants of this old amusement park. I think there's part of the pools left. Maybe some of the brick buildings or something. I'm not sure. Man, this park is pretty big. Of course, I said I think it was 556 acres the original amusement park covered in this part of the metro park. So it's been walking for a while, but I finally found another relic. Let's go see what this is. Another skeleton of another structure that used to be here. What was this? Let's see. Argonne Forest Park served as a memorial to the 30 men in World War I's 322nd who did not return home. In particular, park founder Noel Hodap grieved the loss of his childhood best friend, war comrade Ralph Clemens. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't really say what this structure is. It's up on supports like the other ones were. It's like this is probably some type of train car too, or street car, because there's a part of a gearbox over there. Doesn't really say what it was, but regardless, part of the old park. All right, I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to go to the connector trail, so I'm going to loop around the other side of this thing. But there's a old brick wall here. It doesn't have a placard. Doesn't say anything, but it's obviously the wall to something. Or was the wall to something. Wraps around all the way to that connector trail. Man, it'd be so cool to have a metal detector like over here, but you know, you'd be tearing stuff up. But I'm not allowed to. But it's pretty neat. I don't know, man. Some kind of structure. Some kind of gate. All right, off the west side of the trail now, we have little fences guide you in here. Another historical placard. Splish Splash. Must be where the pool was. So it says Splish Splash in Possum Creek. Huh. This was where the pool was at. So there's a trail going down there. I don't know, man. Creek flows through a brushy valley, but from the 1920s, early 1940s, a well-kept swimming pool, complete with diving platforms, lights, and concession stand, was located below. Huh. Built the pool by damming the creek and building concrete walls. The cool water filled the pool. There it is. So they dammed this creek down here, forced it to fill that pool. With a dam, they dammed it up. That's how they made a swimming pool here. Huh. Pool entrance was, I assume, right here somewhere. It'd be cool to find out where this old pool, like the old building and stuff was at, but I don't know. If, might not even have it marked. If they do, they might want to try to keep people out of it. Of course, that trail, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell the vantage point. I assume this hill is the hill I'm standing on. You probably have to go down the hill, go to the entrance, and go in. I don't know. Tell you what, man, I'm gonna hike down here and check it out, see if I can see anything. I don't think there might be parts of the wall from the dammed up pool still left. But, you're talking 100 years ago. I don't know why I'm so blind. As soon as I said, I don't know if I can see anything. Like I peeked through some leaves and there it was, right in front of us. There's where the little placard's at. There it is, man. There's what remains of the old swimming pool. All right, man. I'm actually standing on the swimming pool. The creek's over here. Picture they had on the placard up there. Kind of shows how they dam this off. And there's not a whole lot to see here, but that's still neat. Still neat. As long as I don't fall and break my ankle. Yep. That's all that remains, man. It looks like one wall. I don't know if there's something on the other side of the creek or not. Because as you saw by the picture, it was, stretched across the creek, I think. But, yep. I'm standing on the edge of the old swimming pool. There are pieces of brick and stuff inside the creek. It's probably parts of the other wall or whatever. This is cool, dude. I like old stuff. Regardless of this cool old amusement park being out here, it's a nice place to hike anyway. But here, we got another relic, or another something. These fences kind of mark the areas. Let's see what's over here. Apparently, they had a footbridge going across this little the creek bed in the gully here in this spot. Let's see through the trees. I'm trying to see if I see any of the old supports or anything still standing. Can't really see anything, but yeah, we do. Dude, I'm so blind. I am so blind. Here. And there you go. There in the middle of that now dried up creek bed is one of the supports to the footbridge. Went across here. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, people use this footbridge to go across to some ball fields, parade grounds, gas station, ponds, restaurant, and a dance barn known as the Silo. And the founder of the park also lived on at a house across this what used to be the walkway. And had a cabin in the woods. Anyways, I shouldn't be standing there reading that. You guys can pause it and read it if you want. I'm just kind of glancing at stuff, but yep, pretty cool, man. All right, man, we found another spot. The old the old dance floor. Picture of it. I look back in the day. Orchestra every Wednesday, Saturday. 25 cents to get in, man. Come for dinner and music or stay for the weekend. Oh, that's pretty cool. Play shuffleboard, food, and dance to American bands. Let's check it out. There's the old dance floor. I'm not going to dance, so don't get your hopes up. It's this little structure over here. Allow us to observe. Huh. Something used to be here. Well, something used to be everywhere out here. I wonder if this is like the grill or something. They cook the food. Huh. Don't know. All right, what I've gathered so far, I'm about to round the crest of the hill. This is going to be the very back of the old amusement park. I'm not sure if you really call it an amusement park, like by today's standards. What I'm seeing, it's more like, there's a swimming pool, there was a dance floor, there's things to do all spread throughout here. But it kind of isn't so much like an amusement park. I mean, there's concession stands and stuff, but almost like the how Carriage Hill used to be. That's a metro park near Dayton. They used to have concession stand, and they've got events they have there, and a lot of the metro parks do that. This is Possum Creek. I'm sure they do that here as well. I've not explored this park a whole lot, but I don't know if there's nature centers and interactive stuff for kids or whatever. Kind of reminds me of that more so than an actual amusement park. Now, if I find a roller coaster track or something, yeah, but still cool. Looked like it was the place to be back then, man. And it's like the park encompasses whole, like they said, 500 and some acres. So a lot of the stuff from antiquity is gone, or they just don't have it marked. Because you can imagine people would have been everywhere out here, having picnics and everything. Dance floors back there. We got something else right up here. Got that bridge crossing the creek to the Germantown. We got a big pool back there. So there's definitely a lot to do out here. Maybe not like an amusement park like Kings Island or something, but it was definitely a cool park. Big park. So this is kind of neat. They'd use this section of forest right here. And the veterans would dress up and they do a reenactment of the Battle of Argonne Forest from World War I, the offensive. They would actually reenact it. You get guys probably dressed as Germans and guys dressed as Americans, and they come out here with blanks or whatever, and they'd reenact it out here. Battle of Argonne Forest. But man, look at the picture back then at the park, and then look at it now. I just spotted something when I swung the camera. There's a steering wheel there. It doesn't say. Okay, that's kind of odd. We're looking at that. Didn't say nothing about a steering wheel on the placard, but somebody hung one up here in a tree. Yeah, it's been around a while. It's been around quite a while. It's definitely an old steering wheel, pure steel. Huh. Somebody back then apparently lost their steering wheel to their car. So who knows how it looked like? I mean, there might have been a parking lot right here for people to drive up here and watch the battle. But somebody might have worked on their car, just like steering wheel's broke, throw it down, slap the new one on. I don't know how that works, but yeah. Could have been from one of the participant vehicles too. There's an old one. I don't know nothing about it. I just know that's a really old steering wheel. And awful odd that you'd have one up here in the middle of a metro park from modern times. It's like, no, yeah. It's probably from original back in the day. Who knows? But yeah, they used to fight mock battles throughout this whole forest here for people. Kind of like when we go see these like Revolutionary War reenactments, except they were reenacting World War I. All right, we're at another location here. This is an original piece of stonework. They said it was featured throughout this old park to enhance the beauty or whatever. So this is original stonework here along this creek, which is I see this quite a few places actually. Same thing, a lot of different parks. It's been there for so many years. I don't know what it was back then, but these fences last forever, man. Of course, back then it wasn't eroded away. It's probably a lot taller. But yeah. So it's the original stoneworks over the creek from back in the day. It's kind of cool. Well, that's probably about it. I'm exiting the area of the Argonne Forest now. Pretty cool to see. I mean, back in the day, that was a pretty neat place, man. All right, now it's a metro park. Then, like I said, it's a nice park to hike in. I love these metro parks. They're always huge. They're always nice. But I'm not coming out here to go to a dance floor or a swimming pool that's part of a dammed up creek either. That would be actually cool. But yeah, altogether pretty cool, pretty neat to see. I'm motivating myself to lose some flab, so I joined these hiking challenges, which helps. But I've noticed it also helps to have a target. Like today, I actually went online and I looked up some things about abandoned things to hike to and weird things in the area and stuff like that. And I saw somebody said there's a abandoned amusement park. It's the word they used, amusement park, in the confines of Possum Creek. I was like, oh, really? I know where that's at. It's a little bit of a drive for me, but I know where it's at. I'll go check it out today. And I did. It's pretty cool. Wasn't quite the amusement park like we think of, but it was a huge park with a lot of amusement. So I don't know, man, what I saw, but pretty neat. Uh, Sorry, this is a crappy video. I'm going to end it here, throw a couple more miles on my hike, and I might go check out the lakes or something up here. But that's it, man. Pretty neat to see.